Lightning in December. Timisoara, Romania, 1989. Five minutes later. December. The Romanian Revolution is triggered, turning against the state and the regime. Brutal and bloody massacres take place. But let's analyze the situation in more detail. Following the conclusion of the Second World War and the victory of the Soviet Union, many states in Europe fall under the communist regime. One of these states was Romania, starting from the year 1947. During these years, Romania developed both industrially and politically, along with other countries. However, this development was based on an external loan worth $11 billion. In 1981, Nicolae Ceausescu decided to repay these debts, limiting the available resources for the population, such as food, electricity, and television, which was already full of propaganda. These neglect and restrictions led to poverty and starvation among the population, creating enormous pressure that accumulated until 1989.
Era greu, chiar dacă erai salariat și aveai un salariu decent, mâncarea și electricitatea erau raționalizate.
Furthermore, Ceausescu's narcissism escalated radically as early as the 1970s. In 1968, the Soviets launched a campaign against Czechoslovakia, which Ceausescu opposed.
Pătrunderea trupelor celor 5 țări socialiste în Ceoslovacia constituie o mare greșeală.
This strengthened relations with America and the West. Even American President Richard Nixon visited our country in 1969. However, relations were severed when Ceausescu began his cult of personality by visiting China, Mongolia, and Korea. He was fascinated by the reception he received and the admiration for the leaders of these nations. He decided to assume this supremacy, giving rise to the phenomenon of boundless admiration for him, which infuriated the Romanian people. Going back to the year 1989. In Europe, most Eastern European countries had their own revolutions, and the communist regime gradually disappeared. Romania was one of the last countries where the communist regime remained stable. Starting in November, small revolts concerning the living conditions of Romanians gradually emerged, but were quickly suppressed. However, the dice were cast, and on December 16, 1989, the revolt took place in Timisoara, which became the first liberated city that turned against the regime and the state. The revolts spread to several cities in the country, including Bucharest. On December 21st, after delivering his last speech, the citizens start to revolt, demanding their rights, and in response, state forces injure and kill people indiscriminately, whether guilty or not. The following day, overwhelmed by the situation, the dictator and his wife decide to escape by helicopter from the headquarters of the Communist Party. The revolution was a success. Romania frees itself from the Iron Curtain. Immediately after that, the first broadcast of free Romanian television takes place, where the important announcement, "We have won," is made. In every television set, in every home of every Romanian, the victory of the revolution was being broadcasted. Although the revolution was a victory, the martyrs were not absent. 5,205 victims, including 1116 deaths and 4,089 injured in multiple cities. On December 22nd, the Ceausescu couple is captured, and on December 25th in Targovist, they were tried and accused of genocide and the starvation of the population, and then executed. And thus officially ends the era of communism in Romania. A new destiny awaits Romania. On May 20th, 1990, the first free elections take place, with the National Salvation Front, led by Ion Iliescu, emerging as the winner. In 1991, a new constitution is conceived which establishes new laws and rights. Eventually, Romania joins NATO in 2004 and later the European Union in 2007. Thus, the transition from communism to democracy takes place in the case of Romania. And yet, 1989 revolution or lovolution